So you're drawing Social Security, and do you have to work above that? Is that enough?
I do door dashing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Alan. Hi, Alan.
Hi.
Thank you for allowing us to visit with you and being on our channel. And you have built a beautiful tiny home. And why don't you tell us how long you've been on the road?
About 2 years now. This adventure started when my wife died, actually. It'll be 3 years in March. And the first thing I did was I made a decision, smart or not, to build a tiny house and to buy a truck to pull it. So the first thing I did was to go to Portland, Oregon, to a place called Iron Eagle, and they make trailers specifically for tiny houses. So I went out, I ordered it, and then I went out in June and bought it. And before that, I bought the truck.
So are you retired?
I am retired. Yep, I'm living on my Social Security.
So you're drawing Social Security, and do you have to work above that? Is that enough?
I do door dashing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I do door dashing for travel money and extra money and stuff. It really works out well. It's like I moved down here, and I can drive into YUMA and door dash for a while, as long as or as short a time as I want, and then immediately they give you I have a debit card, and when I'm done with the dash for the day, they deposit money in that account right away. I do it for about 10 days out of each month, so I get my 100 in. There's benefits to having 100 deliveries, and I get the 100 in, and I have the last 2 or 3 weeks of the month that I can do what I want to do.
And that little bit pays for
it pays for all of it.
all the supplementals that you want it to pay for. One of the problems a lot of people would have is you have to be there for a week or two or a month.
Mm-hmm.
And where do they camp while they're in door dashing?
Well, I have you to thank for that, introducing me to the LTVAs, and that's really been great. I went ahead and in January I went ahead and paid for the whole 180 for the whole time, and next year I'll probably get it earlier.
And so you've been on the road the last 2 years?
Yes, full-time living in 2 years. Yeah.
Right. Very good. And what do you think so far?
I love it. I love it. I have never really loved a house like I love this one, and maybe because I built it, but I built it to be a home, not an RV. It's completely different from that. It is not a stealth vehicle like a lot of people's are. Everybody sees me everywhere I go, and they like I find I really enjoy describing the thing to them and answering questions, and that's not to say that it's easy all the time.
Right.
I have issues with this thing that I have to constantly be repairing, solving problems and solving mysteries if I can. There's benefits and drawbacks to living alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but the flip side of that is joy and gratitude, and I get lots of that too.
How much does it weigh? Because I think I've done some stick framing construction. It seems really heavy. So how much does it weigh?
I'm guessing right now, I need to weigh it again, but I'm guessing right now 6,500. I weighed it, the first time I weighed it with all the stuff in it, it came out to 7,000. But I've done some remodeling since and torn some things out and changed things, and I think I've gone down another 500, so about 6,500.
Well, that's remarkably light, because a lot of the big fifth wheels you see running around are way more than that, 10,000 and up.
Yeah. Well, I bought the trailer with 2 axles. Each are good for 5,000. They say my 150 will pull 14,000.
Well, can we go ahead and take a look inside?
Sure.
Let's do that.
Sure. I've got 800-watt solar panels on my roof, and I've got 3 200-amp-hour batteries right underneath my feet here in my crawl space. And I've got my microwave, a toaster, everything, everything you could use in the kitchen. This corner here has all my stuff. I built these little things here.
Very clever idea.
Underneath this counter here, that works. Anyway, my refrigerator is underneath here. Works beautifully,
yeah,
but it's always a mess. I used to have a freezer under there, and I discovered that I just don't use it. If I want ice cream, I go to Dairy Queen or something and get some ice cream.
Sure.
on this side, like I said, I used to have a slide that went out 4 feet that way, and the bed was sat this way, and it was a double bed. So I've gone to a twin, which works beautifully, and that's a shiffer robe that belonged to Nancy, and so I took it over. It's now my closet, and I have things on the walls that are important to me. You know, I have that's Nancy and I walking down a path at Patmos Camp in Minnesota, Camp Patmos. I got more books and videos down there.
So I see you have a wood stove.
Yes. This is. I saw your video the other day on wood stoves, and there's some out there, different brands that cost a lot less than this did. This is expensive. I spent about $1,500 on this.
Oh wow!
It's made by Cubic out of Canada. But at the time I was looking, I didn't see the other possibilities. I saw this. At that time in my life, I made a lot of decisions and did a lot of things that I might regret, you know, and I wanted this. I loved the looks of it and just did it anyway, kind of thing. You know, the way I was able to do this house and buy the truck was we had a small insurance policy. So I took that and paid off the bills and had enough money to build this. And I put down $15,000 on the truck. That was that. We had a camper. I ended up giving to Ben, my son. It was really fun. We enjoyed that camper. We went up into the Black Hills and camped quite a bit. I got a full shower. I wanted a full shower.
So you got a full sink here.
Yep.
And the full house toilet.
Dometic toilet on that side. The black water tank is directly below. This water and this water all go to the gray water tank. I have 55 gallons here of black and 55 of gray right next to it, underneath in my crawl space. This is my desk. See how neat and organized it is?
Just like most desks.
I want to get a new top for it.
Yeah.
I'd like to get that replaced, but it's an old one. Belonged to my my mother used it as a sewing desk, and I think it came from my dad's side of the family. So it's old. I've got the MaxxAir Fan, which I really like. It's really helpful. And the windows, I bought those. Those are really cheap vinyl windows, and I did not buy thermal pane windows because I was advised that thermal panes in an RV tend to die. You know, they rattle to the point where you lose your barrier or whatever you call it.
Makes sense.
Inside, and so you end up with a window that's foggy and you can't see out. It's funny, I left my 3 kids up in South Dakota and Iowa and Indiana, and I miss them terribly, and my grandkids too. But this was something that I just thought was important. I love the whole concept of the nomad life and would like to continue that. And I needed to come down into warmer country for the winter. I'll continue doing that, but I'm going to enjoy the time when I go back.
Right.
So it'll be good. You know, I can stay some time at each of the 3 kids. My goals in life are to be off the grid even more, if I can get to that point. Maybe more solar. A dream is to have like an F-150 Lightning.
Right.
All electric. And the question I keep asking, and I'm not getting an answer for, is how much solar does it take to recharge the truck? And the truck is better than you might think. I get about 9 to 10 miles to the gallon when I'm pulling the trailer.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised by that.
Okay.
That's very good.
And they say that the newer ones are like that, generally. And when I'm on the highway, I get 19, 20.
That's very good.
To the gallon without the trailer.
Well, Alan, thank you so much for sharing your home. Just beautiful, beautiful tiny home with us. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for doing this for me.
So, folks, I'm sure you've got some brilliant ideas from here. And if you did, then like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.